G'day trendsetters, John with Gravel Cyclist. I'm coming to you today with another gravel bike review. This time it's a tale of two Niner gravel bikes. On my left is the Niner RLT9 RDO Carbon, and on my right is the Niner RLT9 Alloy, or aluminium if you prefer. If you're a regular visitor to the gravelcyclist.com website or the Gravel Cyclist YouTube channel, you'll already have seen my unboxing and features video of both these bikes. For the viewers who have not seen that video, I'll cover the features of these bikes momentarily. Both bikes are fitted out with Niner's 4-star build, which in a nutshell means Shimano GRX 2x mechanical, stands no tube grail tubeless ready wheels, shod with Schwalbe G1 700C by 40mm tyres. So everything on these bikes is identical, barring the frame material and one or two personal touches, such as my personal saddle on the carbon bike. But don't freak out, because this is the weight of the stock bikes as they come from Niner direct, without pedals or without bottle cages fitted. The latest version of the RLT9 RDO sees improvements over the original, one being bigger tyre clearance, which was a complaint during my review of the original RLT9 RDO. RDO is race day optimized carbon, but it isn't all about stiffness. Rather, Niner shapes the tubes and fibre layups to provide a more forgiving ride. Also, the bike won't ride like a stiff plank of wood, which is pretty handy. All of the cables are routed internally, keeping everything neat and tidy, and a port beneath the bottom bracket makes for easy access. The bottom bracket is the PF30 standard, the rear brake is flat mount, the rear axle is 12mm by 142mm, and there are a ton of attachments all over the frame. Frame bags, bento boxes, and fenders. I'll talk about the fork momentarily, as that is shared with the RLT9 alloy frame. Aluminium always gets poo-pooed as having a crappy ride, which nowadays is pretty silly. Niner's 6061 alloy is welded with hydroformed tubing, which is known for its versatility and affordability. Before the welding happens, the tubes are shaped to optimize strength, durability, and stiffness. The frame also features a forged chainstay yoke, which guarantees tyre clearance and stiffness around the bottom bracket. Cable housings are mostly internalised except for the rear brake housing and where the rear derailleur cable exits the frame near the bottom bracket. Like its carbon cousin, the RLT9 shares the PF30 bottom bracket, flat mount brake on the rear, and a 12mm by 142mm through axle. And there are a ton of attachments all over the frame, just like the RLT9 RDO. The all-tapered carbon steerer fork is shared by both bikes and is the latest RDO model. The brake hose is routed internally, and fender, rack and cargo mounts provide plenty of mounting options. Tyre clearance is huge, and it will safely clear 700C by 50mm or 650B by 2.1 inches. The fork also features internal wire routing for a hub dynamo powered light. The one negative about the fork is Niner's switch from 15mm to 12mm through axle. With 15, you have a ton of 650B MTB wheel options. With 12mm, the supposed gravel standard, you are limited to road and gravel type wheel sets only, unless you find end caps or a different axle kit for your wheels. In brief, the bikes are kitted out with Shimano GRX 2x mechanical, but Niner got kinky and substituted the GRX crank for the Eastern EA90 with 4732 chainrings paired to an 11-34 cassette. The handlebars are the Eastern EA50 AX flared model, stem is the Niner RDO, although we substituted that for our own stems in the interest of being sized correctly. The seat post is the Niner RDO carbon topped by a Niner branded saddle. Again, we, and when I say we, my review helper, both substituted the stock saddles for personal units. Finally, the wheel sets are the Stance Grail S1 tubeless ready wheels, which are far from light at over 1,900 grams, although they are strong and stout. So that's the features of these two bikes covered. How do they ride? Both bikes were ridden on a variety of surfaces: pavement, gravel, deep sand, single track, and more. I'll likely review Shimano GRX mechanical separately in a later video, but this drivetrain is just so good. It is borderline as good as Di2, shifting is spot on, and the clutch derailleur makes it even better. Now the important stuff. The ride quality of both frames is excellent and very difficult to tell them apart when you have identical wheels and appropriate tyre pressure. We tried 700C by 38, 700C by 50 and 650B by 53 millimeters. The carbon frame may have a smidge more comfort, but it is very difficult to feel. If you were blindfolded, I doubt very much you could tell the difference. One thing I will say, this version of the RDO seat post is a little stiffer than the original and doesn't quite have the magical feel of the first version. Both bikes track so well in a straight line, and cornering and climbing in and out of the saddle, the big bottom bracket junction ensures your power is going to the drivetrain. The increased tyre and chainring clearance is awesome, and it's fab to see Niner speccing these bikes with 2x. Regardless of the frame material, both of these Niners are insanely versatile with all of the mounting options. Weight of both bikes is close, but the carbon bike will set you back some more coin for obvious reasons. The biggest weakness of both these bikes is the wheel set. The Stan's wheels are fabulous for training or bike packing and toting around a load, but performance oriented they are not. The Niner isn't designed to be an all-out race bike, but it is transformed once you slap on a pair of really nice wheels. That's how much of a difference lighter wheels and tyres make. The stock Schwalbe tyres are so-so, but there are better all-round options available. Overall, these are two fantastic gravel bikes, and as suspected, the ride quality was highly influenced by tyre size and pressure. Aesthetically, the RLT9 RDO is prettier, but if you want to save money with a little more weight and the same functionality and performance, but perhaps a slightly less smooth ride, the RLT9 alloy may be for you. So there you have it, the RLT9 RDO and the RLT9 alloy. I realise there's a ton of gravel bike options available for purchase at the time of this video, so I hope that my review went some way in helping you make an informed purchase decision. Thank you for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the Gravel Cyclist YouTube channel, and don't forget to click the bell button to be notified of future videos as they appear on the channel. I'll see you in the next video.